Hello, everyone. This month we had our book sale at the library. And if you remember correctly, paperback books were 25 cents and hardback were 50 cents. I almost walked out not thinking I was going to find anything, and I just could not believe it. I went back and I looked back in the cookbooks, and I really don't need any more cookbooks. But I love Amish cookbooks, and I didn't have any of these. And these were all by Wanda Brunstetter. If you remember correctly, she writes a lot of Amish books, and they're all clean books. And of course, it's Amish. These are the ones I got, and they're excellent. The one is called Amish Friends Harvest Cookbook, and it's 240 recipes for using and preserving the bounty of land. These were actually books in the library system, but they were weeded out for some reason, maybe because they had gotten old and no one had checked them out. But the binding is still really good. Really looks good on them and everything. So I really was pleased with this find. And this is called the Amish Cooking Class Cookbook. And it's like this. I mean, I couldn't believe it. All three of them were just sitting there together, and it was... The Amish cook from a lot of things that are like from scratch, and it might be a good way for me to get back to cooking that way more, since I'll be retiring, since I put in my notice and I'll be retiring soon. This one is the Amish Friends from Scratch Cookbook. This one really looks really good, and there's so many recipes in here. I'm hoping I might be able to have the time to share some, and maybe they won't be such a lengthy video, and I'll try not to talk so much in them. I've noticed I do that a lot. I think it's just nervous energy. But the last book I got, I don't know how y'all feel about the C.S. Lewis. This is called the Screw Tape Letters. I'm always looking for Christian type books by authors like this that are older. I'm not real fond of the new stuff so much. But this, I was looking at, and I said, oh, I've always wanted to read that. And I like it because it's old, and I'm not sure. But he did Narnia, if many of you may recognize that. But I opened the beginning of it, and I knew then I had to have it. I don't know if that's probably backwards. It says to J.R.R. Tolkien. J.R.R. Tolkien wrote all the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit books. I'm a huge fan of the Lord of the Rings. The movies, the books, all of it. I collect his books. And that's when I go to the library, I go to the Tolkien teas in the biographies or the nonfiction, because I have found 2 books there before that I did not have. And I gave them to my son because he's a huge fan of them too. So when I saw that made me wonder, well, why? I wonder why. I knew they were friends. I knew they were friends, and one of them, I couldn't remember which one at the time, got the other one back into Christianity and faith. Well, it was Tolkien that got C.S. Lewis back into faith. But I Googled it, and I wondered about it, why it was to him. And now I kind of wonder if I want to read it, but I might anyway. It says, C.S. Lewis dedicated the Screw Tape Letters to J.R.R. Tolkien as a token of gratitude for Tolkien's influence on his conversion to Christianity. They had been friends for 13 years, and Lewis felt a deep debt to Tolkien for helping him rediscover his faith. However, Tolkien disapproved of this book on both intellectual and religious grounds, finding it unsettling. And I did look it up to see if it was like scary, because I don't want to have like nightmares or anything. And it said it wouldn't be considered a scary book. I know I've heard a lot of things about wormwood and such in the past. Just different things I've seen it. And if it gets too much, I may not read it, but this is one of those I've just always wanted to read. Has any of y'all read it? If you have, let me know what you think, or if I should. But this is a really old, it looks like an old copy. Oh, actually, it is. This is a first printing, 1976 Copyright 1976. I'll have to look that up. That might be worth something. Anyway, that's my find this week. I spent $1. I went all these books. I spent $1. So I thought that was a great find. So see if your library offers this, because they've got to do something with the old stuff. They don't just throw it away. They may sell it just like we do. I hope y'all have a blessed day and a good weekend. Bye-bye.